Voters will also decide if they want Florida to become the 24th state to legalize medical marijuana. And what Devin Cafaro found may just surprise you.
Yes, Al, and with only a couple weeks before the election, the proposed Amendment 2 continues to spark controversy, even amongst marijuana supporters. And forget what you think you know. A nightly news investigation found that Floridians are already using cannabis legally. It started in 1991 when an appellate court ruling found a couple not guilty for growing marijuana to treat their own disease. And even Florida statutes show practitioners can offer alternative healthcare treatments, and Floridians can possess marijuana if lawfully obtained by that practitioner. But now many Floridians say they're worried about how Amendment 2 will affect the way they're receiving their medicine. I spoke with a mother who currently uses medical marijuana for her son, and I found out what opponents and supporters of Amendment 2 had to say about it.
It's heartbreaking to know no matter what you do, no matter where you go, doctors don't have an answer for you. And we've been told a couple of times over the last couple of years that there's nothing left to try. We don't know what else to do.
That's when Kathy Klein says she turned to medical marijuana to help treat her son, Sean. The 10-year-old suffers from epilepsy and needs daily medications for his uncontrollable seizures.
I'm thrilled to have the option to use cannabis. It's one of the safest options we've got right now because the medications are pretty horrible.
And that option is perfectly legal in the Sunshine State. That's because Sean claims medical necessity, meaning his conventional medications are more dangerous than marijuana.
And that's all we're trying to do is get people to look at the language of the amendment and learn what they have before they give it up.
Chris Ralph is a legal administrator for Health Law Services, a Florida law firm that specializes in medical necessity cases. He says if Amendment 2 passes, current patients could end up paying thousands more than they pay now.
I truly believe what they have, which is the right to cultivate it and the right to authorize a third party to cultivate it for them, that will all go away and will be forced to pay cash prices through these treatment centers. And by the way, this amendment ensures that insurance companies shall never be mandated to require it.
Having to purchase from a dispensary gets very expensive, and obviously insurance isn't going to cover this for anybody. As we're using it now under medical necessity, it's very reasonable. I mean, I would compare it to a medication copay almost.
If they can't afford it for their children, I'll pay for it.
But John Morgan, the face of the Vote Yes on 2 campaign, argues that medical necessity is more of a loophole than a law.
Would I be doing this if it was already legal? Medical necessity doctrine is a defense. It's like stand your ground. Does not mean it's legal. It means that it's a defense that you use in court.
He believes Amendment 2 will give more Floridians easier access to medical marijuana in the long run. And although Klein thinks Amendment 2 could help more people like her son, she says she's still worried about the unknown. The most recent poll by the Tampa Bay Times shows that support for Amendment 2 is at 48%. And John Morgan told me that his poll projected 57%.
Well, it sounds that either way they'll need about 60%, and we don't know if they'll get that.
Yes, it's really going to come down to that 12% of undecided voters. They could really affect this election.